What is up, my thrifty friends? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are doing a work with me video. I chat, you work, I keep you company. We're co-workers doing this together for the next bit. Oh my gosh, I feel like so much is going on around me, or I guess I feel like so much is going on in my life, but around me in like the reseller world, there's not a lot happening. We do have a couple good topics today. We are going to talk about Posh Fest, automated silent shows. I have a huge giveaway at the end of the video. We're going to talk about Death Pile, and I have a few tips on how to list quickly because I feel like that's been requested quite a few times in the comments. So if you are new to my channel, I am a Canadian reseller. I'm a mom to 2 girls, a wife. I work part-time in a hospital pharmacy, and I love to sell used clothing. It is my jam here on YouTube, and I share everything about my business, helping you grow a side hustle reselling clothing as well. So without further ado, let's get into today's topics. First off, we're going to do a life and business update. Life-wise, I feel like things have been busy. I did work 2 shifts, or I am working 2 shifts at the hospital this week, which is great news. Unfortunately, it's also a short week because we have Canada Day weekend, and I think maybe is July 4th weekend. Are you guys, if you're in the States, are you guys celebrating it this weekend or the weekend after? I'm not sure. But for us here in Canada, the long weekend is this weekend, and the family is heading to the lake from Thursday till Monday. So I don't think I'm going to have a video out next Monday. I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to enjoy the sun, enjoy time with my kids. It's not often that we have all of us together on the weekend. My oldest is an adult now and working and busy and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just super pumped to have us all together. Life-wise, I've been working really hard to get all my items cross-list. That's not even life, that's business. I feel like my personal life has become my business right now. Just through this transition, kind of setting things up, my business definitely has been taking more of my time, which I'm feeling kind of over because I'm used to not working very much on my business and just having it run on its own. But yeah, trying to get everything cross-listed, trying to keep my steady new listings, trying to stock up my store right now. I'm trying to hit my store into kind of like a different category, I guess, more items available. Sales have been slow. Like, I'm doing good. Honestly, I'm doing good. I have good sales. But if you compare it to how many items I have listed, even in the last, I don't know, 7 days, when did I do my last video? I feel like I can't even keep track of everything lately. It's been kind of a whirlwind. Running 2 closets is like kind of crazy because you're always like logging in and out, and oh my gosh, it's just been wild. Anyways, yeah, I've listed a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna say sales are slow. I'm making sales, but like percentage of what I'm listing, it's much slower than normal. So I think what I'm going to start transitioning more is just my fall and winter stuff. I'm gonna pick up some summer things, but I'm definitely tapering off the buying on that just because I'm not seeing a high volume of sales of summer stuff. I'm actually selling quite a bit of fall and winter things, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm just going to try and source as much stuff as I can for fall and just kind of get all those listings put up. Hopefully when things turn around, people start shopping more, I will have a fully stocked closets and sales should just roll in, right? In theory, that's how it should work. I don't think this is going to last forever. I don't know how long it's going to last. This is probably the slowest it's been for me in the last 3 years, being completely honest, but I don't think it will last forever. I think it'll pass. I think it's a little bit of economy, a little bit of summer. People are outside enjoying the weather and, you know, making the most of the warm days. So hopefully in the next, I don't know, month and a half, things will start to pick up again. So that's where I'm at, cross-listing and stocking up my store. Yeah, It's been busy. Honestly, it's been busy, busier than I like to be. What else did we do? We were at the lake on the weekend, did some boating, did some golfing. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I feel like I'm already getting ready for next weekend, and that's the crazy part. Okay, so life, we did business, busy, trying to build everything up. I don't have too much to say right now. I have like a lot of things I want to share with you guys, but I need more information, and when I put out the video, I want to have like everything there for you guys, and I'm not quite there. So if I divert questions in the comments, I apologize, but rather than answering the same question 100 times, I'm just gonna wait until the video comes out. But I promise I will note down all the questions so that I'm answering them in the video on the whole upscaling, opening the US closet, hiring a VA, all that schnaz. Okay, let's get into the work with me video. Make sure you stay tuned till the end because I am doing a big giveaway. It's with Posh Sidekick. They've partnered up with me, and I'm excited because it's good. It has to do with automation and silent shows. You guys aren't going to want to miss this. Now that I've been selling on Posh US, there is something that is like next level. Like it's not even comparable to what I deal with on the Canadian side. And can you guess what it is? Do you know what I'm about to say? It's lowballs. The shameless lowballs are crazy, like crazy. I have never received such aggressive lowballs in the quantity that I've received in the last few days. It's actually wild. So when you guys are in the comments on all my previous videos complaining about lowballers, and I'm like, yeah, they don't, just ignore them or blah, 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 whatever. No, people are relentless on Posh US. I'm shocked. It's crazy, but kind of funny at the same time because I've listened to you guys talk about this and complain about this for a couple years, and I'm always like, yeah, they're not that bad. No, they're bad. They're legit. On the US side, they're legit. So that is one of the biggest things that I have noticed in the last week selling on the US side. Also, I'm in the same boat as everyone else right now that does not have access to live shows. And I feel like my closet's in a little bit of a limbo. So I've cross-listed a ton of things. I think I have like 350 active listings on the US side right now. I've made 5 sales. 4 have not started tracking yet, which is driving me crazy. They should start tracking tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm wondering if Poshmark is kind of throttling my closet right now because I have sales that I marked as shipped not tracking. They haven't started tracking. It has now been like 5 days since they were purchased. And then I have one more sale that I'm waiting to ship till tomorrow. So right now I'm kind of in a limbo, and none of my items have started tracking. No one has received a sale from me. And yeah, I just feel like activity is happening, but it's maybe just a little bit slower. And I'm wondering if I'm wondering if they throttle a little bit until you have successfully shipped, people have received, and you've received feedback. You know what I mean? Like I've heard a lot of people talk that when they first opened their closet, they were almost like shadow banned until they purchased from someone and made their own purchase. I don't know. I just feel like my US closet's in limbo, but I'm trying to get it to grow, get everything cross-listed over, and get sales flowing. So that's how the US closet is going. All right, let's jump into some different topics. I wanted to talk about your death pile. We need to have this talk because I also had a death pile and recently listed it all. I think I maybe have like 10 items left, and some of them might even just be like donation. Like I don't even know what I was thinking when I grabbed them. But yeah, I think there's like a healthy death pile and then there's a not healthy death pile. And I think a healthy death pile is rotating. So you know, whether you hang them all up and you bring items in and you're listing from the old and putting the new ones, and you know what I mean? It's always rotating. But if you have a death pile where you just buy things and you just leave them somewhere and you never look at them again, and there's like no hope that you're going to list them right away, I wanted to say I think that's an unhealthy death pile. And there is a lot of comments about death pile as I've been talking about those shoe sales and as I've been listing them. I am shocked at the sales that have been rolling in from my death pile. And this is inventory that I already spent money on. And I was listening to a podcast. Oh man, why do I feel like it was Denali's Flip the Script, her most recent one, I think it was. And the person that she was interviewing, I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I'm listening to these on the go. But she was talking about a death pile, and she was saying it's like potential value, but until you actually list it, it's like a negative asset because you've already spent the money and it's just sitting there. So the money left your business, but there's no value in that inventory because you haven't listed it yet. So it's like dead money, right? And she was saying how she doesn't, you know, have a death pile, that her inventory is forever rotating, and as new stuff comes in, she lists the older, and it's just kind of a cycle. And it really hit home for me because I was like, man, I had let that pile of shoes get out of control, like badly. And listing through it, that was inventory I didn't have to go and purchase. So even though sales are slow, and if you're experiencing slow sales, this is exactly 100% what I would recommend that you do. You list that death pile. Stop sourcing. Just list the inventory that you have already spent money on, and you may be surprised. You may start getting some sales trickling in, and get that pile of clothes moving. So I just wanted to say that I think it's okay to have items and inventory that's unlisted, but it needs to be a rotating pile, which means the oldest stuff gets listed, new stuff comes in, you know what I'm saying? And you don't let it get out of control. And if you are complaining about slow sales and you have a death pile, I suggest you list that rather than going out sourcing right now, because you do have inventory to list, and that would mean that you don't have to spend any more money out of your business, right? You're just trying to recover what you've already spent. But I just wanted to touch on that because I think I was shocked at the sales that I've made from that death pile, and it kind of hit home for me where I was like, I will no longer let things pile up like that. It has to be rotating. It has to, like, the old stuff has to get listed before you list the new stuff. But my tip for doing that is that if you want to go out sourcing, set a goal for yourself. Like this week, you have to list 10 items from your death pile. I don't know how many listings you do, but I would say you need to list, say you put out 40 active listings in a week. I would say 25% of that needs to be from your death pile before you go sourcing. Once you list those, then you can go sourcing and reward yourself. But if you just continually forget and ignore that death pile, I think you're doing it wrong. And that's just my personal opinion. I would love to hear, what are your thoughts on your death pile? I know lots of you guys have it. And what is your plan to tackle it? What is your plan over the summer? How are you going to get that inventory listed? And what type of plan do you think you could have in the future? Like, I hope this is putting thoughts into your head, that you're processing this and thinking how you run your business and maybe some changes that you can make. And I would love to hear them because maybe there's some things that I can implement into my own business. Okay, next topic, quick tips to list quickly. And I've received so many comments. Again, this is one of those topics where I always hear, like, how do you list? Like either someone lists really quickly and they put out, 20 listings a day, or it's the total opposite where someone's like, I struggle to get 3 listings out in a day and I just couldn't function at that rate. I think my minimum has always been 10. If I was going to list in a day, it would be a minimum of 10 and probably shooting for 20 that day. So here are my top 3 tips. I need to do a video on this. I need to do a video on how to list quickly, how to get everything prepped, what my processes are. But these are 3 tips that I think so many people could apply. They're very basic, but things that have really helped me, and I think reduce time when it comes to listing. So the first tip, and I've talked about this before, is hanging your items as soon as you get home. So as soon as you get home from the thrift store, from sourcing, whatever you're doing, hang up your items and stick them on a rack. And the reason being is that if you don't start listing those for a couple days, at least they have a couple days of hanging, getting the wrinkles out. You might have a couple items that the wrinkles don't come out that you still need to steam. But since I started hanging my hauls as soon as I get home, I don't know, I bet you I prep, like steam prep, maybe 3 out of 20 items, where before I was having to steam like 90% of what I brought home because I would just leave it in IKEA bags till I was ready to list it. This has saved me so much time. Steaming takes time. Prepping items takes time. This is one simple step that reduces the amount of prep that you have to do before you can photograph. Number 2, and I've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again, photograph in batches. So do like items together. Do all your tops together, do all your pants together, do all your shorts together. I will sometimes do brand stuff. I'll do all my Lulu stuff together. I'll do all my Aritzia stuff together because I'm looking up those article numbers or style numbers, right? I like to do all my sandals together, my boots together, but I really categorize things. What it does is, number 1, prevents your brain from fatiguing. It's a lot easier when you're only thinking about one category when you're listing keywords, styles, things like that. It's much harder when you're bouncing around between all different categories and styles. The other thing is that it's going to be like very repetitive tasks, right? If you're doing a bunch of tops, I take the same like 6 to 8 pictures of every top. Same with pants. I have the same photos that I take where, you know, the far back one, the up close pocket, the bottom hems, hand in the pocket, tag, flip them around. I do a close-up of like the butt area. Then I do one a little bit further back. And then I also do all sides and all tags as well. But it's like the same for every one. And I find it goes a lot quicker when you're just doing all tops versus all pants versus all shoes. So that was a game changer when I started doing that. Sometimes I'll even I think that's one of the reasons too why I'll allow my inventory to build up sometimes, or like my healthy death pile, because then I can create a good clump. Okay, now I have 10 tops to list. I have 10 pairs of pants. I have 10 Lulu leggings, right? I try and keep them into decent size batches. And then the last tip that I have is that I like to keep all my supplies within arm's reach. Everything when I am listing is within arm's reach. And I have like bar stool type stools, I guess, for in our dining room or kitchen area. I'll pull one of those up. I'll rest my phone there. I have my inventory bags close, my tape measures around my neck, like everything that I need is within one step. And I think ideally I want to switch to photographing up in this room because it's much smaller and I can even have things closer. It's a little bit spaced in my dining room area, but the closer you can have everything, and I try and have it laid out in the order that I need to use it. It's like just try and streamline everything that you do. Try and simplify everything that you do to make it as easy, less steps, less moving, proficiency. That's what you're working on, is proficiency. And I think with these 3 steps, if you apply them into your listing, you should see some small improvements there. Okay, moving along. We are going to go into Poshmark. I don't have any updates, actually. I felt like I had one, but I can't remember. I mean, there's the Sell Together. There's the Posh Lens. We've talked about that as well. If I'm missing something, let me know, guys, but nothing like big jumped out at me. I thought I had something in my brain, but I can't remember. Nothing that I'm currently using. One big announcement that Poshmark made is Posh Fest is going to be October 12th and 13th. This is in San Diego, California. And guess what? My Posh ambassadors, not even 24 hours after tickets went on sale, if you were a Posh ambassador, you couldn't get tickets at the discounted rate. I think this is such a sham. Like, how limited that they allow tickets for Posh ambassadors. And that's one of the biggest perks that I always felt when they were like, this is the benefits of being a Posh ambassador. It was priority customer service, and the other one was discount on tickets to their events. And yeah, I personally went on, not that I was going to go, but I went in to check today to see how much the tickets were, and they were full price. There was nothing on sale. They had none left. So I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you hold an event for Poshmark sellers and you only have like 10% discount. I'm throwing an arbitrary number out there. I don't know how many discounted tickets they had, but within 24 hours, you cannot get discounted tickets. They're all Poshmark sellers. Like, I don't know, guys. I will not be attending. I have been to 2 events. Both of them were virtual. I have not been to an in-person Posh Fest, but my own personal experiences, I feel like they're lacking knowledge and information for seasoned resellers. Like, there's not much that they're teaching there or topics that they have that I don't already know. It's quite an expensive weekend by the time you pay for your ticket, your hotel, travel, food, all that kind of good stuff. Plus, as being a Canadian, add 30% on top of everything. It's just a really expensive trip. For me to not gain any knowledge value, I just can't justify it. There are a couple other events that if I was going to invest, though, I would go there rather than to Posh Fest, but that's just my own personal experience. I think Posh Fest is good for the social aspect and for networking, but neither of those are necessary for you to succeed as a reseller. So don't feel like you need to go to Posh Fest to grow as a reseller and be a great reseller, because you may walk away from there slightly disappointed. Also, they do live stream the CEO session, and I think a couple other sessions that they'll select, and it'll be free online that you'll be able to have access to through the Poshmark YouTube channel, I believe. So you can always catch that if it's not in the budget or you don't really want to go to Posh Fest like myself. But I do see pictures and videos and everyone looks like they have a ton of fun. It's just not my cup of tea. And then, okay, let's get into the big announcement. Okay, so you guys all know I've been talking about this. Posh Sidekick came out with a feature on the app to automate your silent shows. I've been playing around with it. It is a game changer. I love using it for exposure. I've probably made 8 sales totaling, I don't know, over $400, I would say, at least over $350 using the automated silent show feature. So that's really cool. They are starting to roll people out. I talked to Michael today, and I think they got 100 people enrolled today with the feature. So they are working through the wait list. But here's a really cool thing that I have for you guys. I am going to offer 3 people a fast track to automated silent shows. So if you have Posh Sidekick and you've been wanting to have access to this, and you also have access to live shows, this is your chance to get fast tracked and get added into the group quicker. I'm also going to give away 1 Sidekick 1-month membership with access to automated features through Sidekick. So if you're not a Posh Sidekick user, but you want to try out this cool automated silent show feature, you will also have a chance to win that one as well. So how do you win? You want to know, right? To win this awesome giveaway, all you have to do is share what are your business goals for the next 6 months. So we are wrapping up the first half of 2023 soon. We have a couple days left. We're going into the beginning of July. I think this is a good time for us to set our goals for the second half of the year. And to qualify for this, all you need to do is share your next 6 months business goals as well. Please let me know if you are a Sidekick user or not. And then that way I can pick 3 people that are Sidekick users and 1 person who wants to try it as well. That's it. That's how easy it is to win. You just got to share your business goals. And I think this is a fun way for us to share and grow with each other and get ideas from each other on maybe some positive changes we could be making or what you're shooting for the stars. I want to hear it. I want to cheer you guys on. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. It's a very quick video today. Not a lot going on in the reseller world, and sometimes that's just a good thing. I think it is. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate you guys all so much. If you haven't already liked the video, please make sure to do that. Also, tap subscribe on the way out. Absolutely free. Best way to support me and my channel. All right, well, I'm gonna head out of here. I am wishing you guys all many sales, and I will see you next time. Bye.